Okay, to pair the ToFFEE Bluetooth with a Bluetooth enabled device is really straightforward, and if you're familiar with Praetorian's range of Bluetooth access solutions, then the process is very similar. So I've got this iPad on at the moment. The ToFFEE is powered off. If I go to settings and I'm in Bluetooth already, and you can see there's no listing there for ToFFEE Bluetooth. So all I need to do is, on the back of the device you have two red buttons. You have the on-off button, which is also the modify button, so that allows you to navigate all the different output functions you can with ToFFEE. And then on this button, this is for adjusting the range, which you have from 0 to 500 mil, and you can adjust the range according to the settings here. But also, if you press and hold, it'll take you into the learn mode, which is where you access all the output modes, which are, for example, direct, latched, one shot, double click, as such. So I'm just going to power up the ToFFEE Bluetooth now, just by pressing this button here. And if you're familiar with iSwitch, you'll be familiar with that display there of the sort of swirling LED while it's searching for a device to connect to. If I just pop that down there for a second, you automatically see that ToFFEE is now on the other devices, ready to pair to the iPad. So if I just select ToFFEE, and I'll give the option approach to pair, and I'll say pair. The LED light has gone out, and you see it's listed now as being paired to the iPad. Now, to make any settings or adjustments, as it were, all I need to do is go to modify. At the moment, it's set to 5, which is space. Now I want to go to, let's say, go to T, which is enter and home. So enter is a short press, and home is a long press or a long switch activation. So if I just navigate through to T, so many of you use iSwitch will be familiar with all these different output functions. So I'm now on T, which is enter and home. I'll let that go out. I just check the range. I have that set to 4, and if I wish, I can press and hold, and that tells me I'm in output mode A, which is direct. I'll let that go out. Okay. And it's already done as I moved it around. So if I was to go into any particular app, let's go into Environ, and short click is this for enter. If I hold, it takes you back to home. And that's very simply how you pair ToFFEE Bluetooth to, in this case, the iPad via Bluetooth. I'll show you in the next video on how you pair up to a ToFFEE Bluetooth to a PC or laptop, and that'll be the same for an AAC device. All I'll say is that if you're familiar with pairing Bluetooth solutions to a Bluetooth-enabled device, then the process, i.e. like mainstream Bluetooth solutions, is very much the same as far as pairing goes. But I'll show you how you pair ToFFEE Bluetooth to a PC or a laptop. Okay, so pairing ToFFEE Bluetooth to a PC or a laptop, in this case it's a laptop. Again, it's very straightforward, and I'd say it follows the routers of if you were to pair a mainstream Bluetooth solution to a laptop or PC, as it were. So this is a Windows 11 laptop, and I'm just going to access settings, just down at the bottom. My Bluetooth settings are just here. So I'm going to go view all devices. And I will go to add a device. And you can see that Bluetooth ToFFEE is not listed at all. I'll go to add a device. And just the first heading is fine with regards to Bluetooth. So you've got audio devices, mice, keyboards, phones, and so forth. So the first option that comes up is the one that I'd always you can select on. So I'll click on that, and it's searching for the device. So what I need to do now is, as I've done on the iPad, is power up the ToFFEE Bluetooth. Let's put that down there. And it's already come up on the screen here. It's listed as ToFFEE Bluetooth, and then there will be a serial number which is unique to that particular device and what version of firmware it's got. So I just go to select that. It's connecting, and that's it, it's connected. So you see the LED swirl has gone out, and if I activate it now, I've got it's set to enter, and that's how simple and easy it is to connect ToFFEE Bluetooth to a Windows PC or laptop. And if you follow the same routine for if you're using a MacBook, most AAC devices are either Windows based or iOS based, as it were. So it'll be the same connection pairing routine for those devices. So very easy, very intuitive, and maintains the connection. And when the device powers off, if you power off the device, it'll still remain in my devices on the in the Bluetooth settings, and when you activate the device again, it'll automatically pair with the device it's paired to. So that's pairing ToFFEE Bluetooth with Bluetooth enabled devices. Just an additional point, I mentioned iOS, so that's iPad and iPhone. I mentioned Windows-based devices as well. What I didn't mention, and obviously MacBooks and so forth, but what I didn't mention is Android devices. So Android tablets, Chromebooks, they all work and connect with ToFFEE Bluetooth as they do with the rest of our Bluetooth access devices. So if you're utilizing a Chromebook, for example, follow the process with regards to pairing a Bluetooth solution to that particular device. That could be a tablet or it could be a laptop, and you'll be able to utilize ToFFEE Bluetooth on the Android platform. Okay, I'm just going to give you a very brief run through on how to access the different output modes that you have with ToFFEE Bluetooth. They do mirror the output modes that you have on the ToFFEE wired switch. So I would recommend anyone to go over to the ToFFEE wired page on our website and have a look at the videos there, and we go into a bit more in depth with regards to the various sort of output modes that you have on the ToFFEE switch. But what I can show you is just how you access the and change the output modes on ToFFEE Bluetooth. So what you need to do is I need to go into Learn mode, which is by pressing and holding this red button here, and then it tells me I'm in A, which is direct mode, and I can use the modify button then to move between the different modes. So there's 5 in total, A being direct, B being latching, C being one shot, D being double click, and E being delayed drag. So we go back to direct. Now if I wish to change the characteristics of the direct output mode, i.e. if I wanted to change, for example, activate the ignore repeats setting that that filters out involuntary action if you have an individual that brings a hand across the switch, as it were. All I need to do, I've just come out of learn mode, it's press and hold, go back into learn mode. There's 8, then I press learn mode again once, and I can access these settings. So that's the settings for ignore repeats. That is the settings for the audible and visual indicators, which I can switch, have both on, or one on, or and off, or all of them off. This is the power mode, so I can select the device to either be on or go to sleep after half an hour, go snooze for half an hour, then go to sleep after 2.5 hours, or it can stay on permanently, so you can adjust all the power settings that way. They do time out, so it is a question of like going back into it as such. So I'm just going to press and hold learn mode, and so that is ignore repeats. That's set for default 0. We have the audible and visual indicators and the power mode, and then that A takes us back to the direct mode. So if I wish to make any changes, it's utilising the learn mode button as I've just indicated there. But otherwise, with regards to the output modes, they're all the same that you have in the ToFFEE wired proximity switch. So I would suggest, if you want to have a more in-depth look at the various modes and how you can adjust them, then pop over to the ToFFEE wired webpage and have a look at the videos there. Now, with regards to the output functions, if you're familiar with iSwitch 50 and iSwitch 75, then an applicator, then to access the various output functions, you just need to press the modify button. So at the moment it's set to T, which I believe is enter and home. But to navigate between the different output settings, functions I should say, you just press the modify button. And you have all the keystrokes and commands that you can access and set the ToFFEE Bluetooth to. What's really interesting, because it's really hard to retain of what all these different output functions are, and obviously the rear of the device you can't have them all listed down there because there's just not enough space. You can utilize this QR code, and if you scan that QR code, that'll take you to our quick start guide, which has all the information to get you started with ToFFEE Bluetooth. So it has all the output modes, has all a table listing all the output functions, so you can actually refer to that when you wish to change the functions, as it were. 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to have it set on a number of different functions, as it were, and you'll know which ones they are. But for ease of recall, as it were, you can scan the QR code and that'll take you directly to the quick start guide, which is on our website. And what I've often done is gone to the quick start guide and screenshot the table that comes up, so I've got it on my device. I can just pull it up and have a look and just reaffirm what settings functions I wish to set the device to. So yeah, really straightforward. As I say, have a look on the ToFFEE wired page for the run through I've done on output modes. With regards to output functions, then you can utilize the quick start guide that's here in the QR code. But if you're familiar with iSwitch, with Applicator, then you'll be familiar with all the output functions that you can utilize. So yeah, it's a very simple, very straightforward setup with regards to the output functions on ToFFEE Bluetooth. Alright, just regarding output modes, I kind of really want to show you one of my favourite output modes with regards to both ToFFEE wired proximity switch and ToFFEE Bluetooth, which is ignore repeats. I know I said that go over to the ToFFEE wired web page, and that has all the videos with regards to the various output modes and a bit more in detail. But it's one of my favourite modes, and I just wanted to show you how it works on ToFFEE Bluetooth. So if I go back into learning mode, and I've got them in direct mode, and if I press 1, I'm in now within the ignore repeats setting, and if I go to dial that up to L, which is a 2-second delay, I'll show you how that works. I'll let the LED go out, and now it's set up. So you notice there's 2 red LEDs on there now. Basically, what the reason why I like this function is because there are a lot of situations where users may involuntarily bring their hand or whatever they're utilising to access object to access the ToFFEE Bluetooth. They can bring it across the activation range, and you get an involuntary activation. What ignore repeats does is it dials that out, as it were. So if I were to show you now, if I do a simple activation, you see the 2 red dots that come up, and that signifies the duration of which the device will not activate. And just to prove that, I'll show how that works. I think that's a really cool setting to have with regards to adjusting a particular output mode. And it's very simple to set up, as I said, I've just shown you, and you can dial it up or dial it down. So you can go from 0 to, and it goes up incrementally in half-second intervals. So from 0 all the way to 2 seconds. But I think it's a really cool feature to set up for particularly users that maybe have that involuntary movement where they could get a false activation with the proximity switch. So a really cool feature that's in both ToFFEE wired and ToFFEE Bluetooth proximity switches.